Greetings from Southern Yankee Homestead. If this is your first time, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. Well, we're getting into a side project today. For beautiful weather, low 80s right now, nice breeze blowing through, and we're also in our shed edition because we're getting ready to set up a temporary chicken cover, I guess you'd call it. Over behind me in the goat yard, we have 4 roosters. We put all our excess roosters in with the goats, but we don't put them in the goat barn at night. With the weather coming in tonight, rain, wind, a little bit cooler temperatures, high tomorrow is in the 60s. We're going to go ahead and set up a outdoor roosting area where they can stay at night. It'll be a little bit off the ground so some of the predators can't get to them, but it will still be covered so that they can get out of the rain. To do this, we're going to do it like usual. We're going to use what we have available. So for a roof, if you look just the other side of this post, right in there, I have a old canvas tarp hanging off the post. That's going to be our roof. We're going to set that up so that the chickens can go under that. We'll get to that in a minute, but first we need to make some bracketry to hang a roosting pole on so that the chickens can get off the ground. To do that, I got a piece of rough sawn 2x4 or 2x6. It's actually just shy of 6 inches and just shy of 2. So it's like 1 3/4 inch by 5 7/8. I've also got my Craig rip cut set up because, well, I still haven't bought a table saw. I probably should buy a table saw because we're doing all these projects and it'd be handy to have. But since I don't have one, we'll use what we got. We're going to start by cutting out 3 1 5/8 inch strips out of this one board. This is going to be our bracketry. So here we go. Oh, and for reference, this board is sitting here, but there's a lip on the end of the sawhorse, so the board can't slide forward any further. What I did was I got my bead square and I put 3 45s on this. So what these are going to be are the pieces that hold the roost up. They might be a little long, but yeah, they're chickens. To find the center diagonal, what I did was I measured the width, cut it in half, measured the length, cut that in half, and put a center. That should be the exact center of this stick. From there, I just put my 45 on here and marked a line where it intersected that center point, so I should get 2 pretty close to the same length pieces out of this. A little water later and a couple tools, I have my pieces to create the brackets for the roost. And if you notice, I marked them, so I know which ones go together where. This is going to be a very simple bracket. I'm basically going to put 2 screws in it, hold it together. And before we do that, we know this is the end that's going to be down. We're going to put a couple of screw holes in this so that we can attach it to the building. If you're wondering why I'm not putting a backing piece on this, because when this goes together, it's going to be like this, and it's going to be on the wall like this. I plan on putting these so it screws into a stud on the back side of the wall. We're only holding up chickens. We don't need that much weight. To attach it to the wall on the upper side, we got our Craig jig. We're just going to put a couple pocket screws to hold it in there. Be forewarned, you're here at your own risk. This is the goat yard, so if the camera gets knocked over, it's not my fault. It's the goats. So, we have our brackets, we have our screws, we have our drill bits. I think I made an error when I drilled out the bottom because I don't think I'm going to be able to put a screw in there. But we should be able to get one in the top. We're just going to hand thread it for a second. We're not going to put it on the first stud, we're probably going to put it on the second, and we're going to put it all the way down. Also, if you're wondering, get out of here. You hear that noise? Yeah, that's termites. So this barn is short-lived, although we've had termites in it for years. So this is what we're going to be using for a roosting pole. This is something we have a couple of. We used to hang bags off of during the summer for Japanese beetles. Well, last year that end rotted off. So this can't be used again for that unless we shorten it up, which we're not going to do because we're going to use it as a roosting pole. Off screen, I made up these little blocks. They're just pieces of scrap with a screw stuck through them. Because what we're going to do is, we're going to put it through the eyelets. We're not going to tie to the eyelets themselves. We're going to sandwich the eyelets between this wood and the building. That will be much stronger than just trying to put a screw through this or hooking it. It'll distribute the pressure. We've got 4 really cheap stakes. Well, 3 and a bent one. I'm going to grab another one here in a minute. But what we're going to do is we're going to pull this out to about where we want it. I'd say right about there is good. And we're going to go at So is it pretty? No, but it's for chickens. They got a nice area to go in and roost. They got a little cavity there so that if it falls down, they're still protected. It's gonna get a large amount of water. It's gonna drain off pretty good. Other than that, it's what we had available. And these are not our permanent flock either. If you didn't know, we end up getting chickens occasionally. More specifically, we're the home for wayward roosters. 2 of the 5 that we have in here right now are going to a new home. This is how we supplement feed. We can't guarantee that the home they're going to be allowed to stay roosters. Some of the communities like roosters. They're meat. It is what it is. But we have the space, so we run them in here. So this is just temporary. If we have these roosters over a month, I'd be surprised. We will be adding to it. And now we got space and a little place for them to hide. Get out of the weather and to sleep. So that is our little roosting area. Hope you like this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye.